Okay, I'm doing a video of last night we had trespassers in the property, and we've had trespassers on the property the last 3 nights, but this is the footage from last night. Now I want you to see a daytime photo of this area, which I'm cleaning up and cutting weeds and stuff and repairing the fences in. And our property goes back as far as the skyline. And there's nothing behind our property except for more land, government land. So there's no buildings, there's no structures. There's no reason for people to be back at our back fence line or trespassing on our property. And just to the right of the camera, just out of sight, we have a hill on our property. And so I don't know if you can tell by the angle of the camera that the ground is going upwards in the camera view, but it's at least 25 feet high. It's like a sand dune or a hill on the property. Anyhow, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit forward to when the sun goes down so you can see. The difference of what it looks like in the daytime versus what it looks like at night. My fingers are too big for those little tiny controls. Okay, come on, let's get to the change. We had a beautiful sunset yesterday. And these trespassers were on the property wandering around with lights from 6 to 9. And the only reason why I didn't stop what I was doing is we were actually working on cameras. And while I had the guys working with me on getting the cameras calibrated and all that fun stuff, I wasn't going to just drop what I was doing because of these jackasses. Okay, same area. Now, the night before, we had 3 of our birds killed. A Muscovian duck drake, big beautiful boy. One of my brooding hens and her hatchling, who was about a teenager. And one of my male rare birds. And so what you see is the smoke. Just out of sight on the left-hand side, I have a burn barrel, and the bodies are being burned. So what you're seeing is the wind blowing the smoke in the way of the cameras. But what I want you to focus on is this light right here. This is on our property. This is on our hill on our property. Just beyond where I'm at. Again, there's no buildings, there's nothing back there except for wide open fields. And we have these trespassers on the property. You'll see the lights change and get bigger and closer and move about despite the smoke. And again, I'm outside working on cameras and things and watching the fire. And we're watching these trespassers just thinking they could just drape their asses all over our property. And if it wasn't a collaborative effort where we were busy calibrating the cameras and getting them all synced with all the software and all the cameras sync, we would have stopped what we were doing and had the sheriffs out. But we were busy. And unfortunately, because the trespassing incidents are so frequent and blatant, There are times that we just don't have time to stop and deal with them. That's why we're putting up the electric fences and things so the dogs can deal with them and have the dogs loose, especially in the areas they continually, repeatedly like to try to come into the property on, which is that back hill. And yes, you're going to see some interesting things fly in and out of the frame. We have interesting things on the property, what can I say? But let me turn this, there we go. But now you can see better perspective-wise how close this these lights are that are on the property. And no lights belong on our property at all. These are trespassers. And I don't know if you can see the green light up in the corner. That is an illegal drone. And we have lots and lots of footage of drones illegally being on the property as well. But that's the smoke from burning the bodies of some of the animals that were killed the night before, which we also saw the lights in the flashlights of the trespassers, and they set off security lights, which we have on camera. It's just that we were busy wiring up and putting up new cameras and things, and to have to keep dropping what we're doing to go deal with these people. It happens too often. We just needed to get this done, and then let's just put it this way. Let them bring their asses on this property tonight. I'm done with the stupid crap.